I'm Gavin and this is my wife Karen. We are the franchisors for Jim's Antennas Southern and Northern Queensland.
I guess one of the challenges is maintaining a work-life balance, and that's always hard. You know, we've got a couple of young kids, so we need to make sure that that's always kept in control. With regards to growing a team, probably motivating them, keeping them focused, and achieving their goals.
Mainly it's what we do. There's a lot of technical issues, a lot of troubleshooting. So what we've found is with the systems, it's processes to go through the troubleshooting, which helps the guys solve problems and get the customers their solutions. What we found is the guys, they're a bit reluctant to go flicking through a manual. With the video-based training and reference, they can just go to their vans either or up on the roof, have a quick look through the videos and find out what they need to know. Yeah, definitely. When we started, we went through the DVDs and the workbook, and by the end of it we had quite a thorough list of videos we needed to do. It really got us thinking about how we needed to systemize our business, and the processes we used anyway, but it's documenting them. Yeah, it was probably worked out in hours per day that I was answering the phones, answering questions, and it seemed to be the same questions over and over. So now with the guys do have a reference to go to, it does free up my time. It does. Going through the workbook, like I said before, it really got us thinking about the process we've got, and being able to document them. So that troubleshooting, for example, the guys could, when they have a problem, they can sort of have a look at the particular video, and that should help them sort of solve the problem. The guys might ring up, can you give me advice on how to do this, or I've forgotten how to do this, how do I do it? We can get them to have a look at the video now, which saves them calling me. Probably one of the biggest challenges new franchisees find, or guys that are looking at joining, is they'll be unsure about, what if I get up on a roof or in a roof, I can't remember what to do, or if I haven't done this before, how do I know what to do? I always say, they can call me, but with the training electronic manual, I guess, we refer to it as, whether they've got that there, they can just look up the specific video and or that section, and it's a bit more of a bit more like support, I guess it is, rather than they can call me, but they can solve the problem on their own by using that as a bit of a backup.
Oh, well, it reduces the time that Gavin spends on the phone troubleshooting for the franchisees. You can always refer back to the manual or to the videoing and say, have you looked at the video? If you don't understand it, then sure, give us a call back. But they've all been self-explanatory.
Yeah, most of the work we do, it's a lot of it is to write it down might take pages and pages. Even with diagrams, it wouldn't help so much. But a lot of it is quite hands-on. I suppose fiddly as a term, sort of work. So watching somebody do it on a video, it just makes it a lot easier to understand and or jog their memory most of the time. Sometimes you might come across something you haven't done for quite a while, and they'll be unsure about how to do it. Or during training also, we do 4 weeks on the road training when the guys start, which we find that's sort of enough to get them out and working. But then if there's something they covered in their first week, a couple of months down the track, if they haven't done it, they may sort of not be 100% on it. They can refer back to the video just to jog their memory about how to do it. Probably time saving is the main one. Most of the guys, they might want to go back and review just one particular part of an actual process. For example, maybe putting a television, mounting a TV on a wall. You know, then we sort of break that down to maybe half a dozen different steps. And if there was a whole video about this is how to mount a TV on a wall, maybe it goes for 15-20 minutes, you don't really need to watch the whole thing. They can flick through, pick out, you know, they might have, you know, not unsure what measurements to take before you drill any holes, so they can flick to that section, just review that and then get on with the job. Don't have to sit through and watch. They've sort of called up, said, I know we hung the telly the other week, I just wanted to make sure I'm making the right, you know, measuring the right measurements before I do anything. So you can say, well, you know, instead of calling me, they could have watched the video, just, you know, reviewed it and then got on with the job. Probably two sort of main ways it's different is I get less calls for not trivial questions, but questions that the guys can just sort of sort out themselves with, you know, by reviewing the videos. Plus the feedback from the guys, it gives them the confidence to just sort of get on with the job. If they're unsure about maybe a big job the next day, they can just review a few of the videos the night before. Or if something comes up during the day, they can just review it and then just keep working. You know, it all comes back to just saves them time so they can get the job done.
Yeah, they're also able to suggest training videos as well. Like if they go out on a job and say, oh, it'd be really good if the other guys knew how to do this, and so then we're able to video it and share it around really easily, rather than all saying, oh, let's go out on site and have a look to see how something is done.
Yeah, highly recommend it. Probably the first point that we did like was going through the workbook and the DVDs. It really got us thinking about the processes in our business and also how we're able to streamline them.
It also gives us maybe a bit more control over what the franchisees learn and how we would like them to undertake their work. Once they're out on the road on their own, it's up to their own devices how they do the work, but we can say, no, this is the standard that we want you to work by, and they can refer to that on a daily basis. And because it's mobile, it's brilliant. You know, our guys aren't into sitting in front of computers all day. They're on the road and they need that information, you know, on hand all the time.